We know about the Underground Railroad. We know about runaway slaves. To find out that there's a story here in Westchester, Pennsylvania, was fascinating to me. It was the story of Rachel Harris. And I thought, what a perfect way to tell the story, but through dance. Rachel Harris was a slave in the South. On one of the trips where they came north, the owner who borrowed her died. As they were coming off of the ship, there was confusion, and Rachel ran. She ran through Pennsylvania, north in Chester County. From there, Rachel came down into Westchester, where she developed her own business. She took in laundry, bought a home, married. Rachel's owner, Mort Cunningham, wanted his property, and he came to Westchester to get his property. So one day, as Rachel is going about her business, walking through the streets of Westchester, he grabbed her. So Mort took Rachel to the constable, to the judge. It was Judge Bell. Now, Judge Bell was also a Quaker, so he really didn't want to do this. But once again, the law was on Mort's side. At that time, Rachel feigned illness. She pretended like she was sick and said she needed to go to the outhouse, which was out in the backyard. And once again, Rachel saw her opportunity. There was a 7-foot fence surrounding that yard. And Rachel looked, she ran, and as if lifted by an unseen hand, she scaled that fence, jumped it, and ran away until she ran to the house of Mr. and Mrs. Worthington. These were clients of hers from her laundry business. She went to Mrs. Worthington and said, "Please help me. I'm being pursued. They're going to take me back into slavery." She said, "Come on in, Rachel." She took her upstairs to the attic and hid her in a closet. That night, a carriage pulled up in front of Mrs. Worthington's house. 2 men got out and went into the house. A few minutes later, 3 men got into the carriage. One of those was Rachel, dressed up as a man. Then the carriage went up to Norristown, another known stop on the Underground Railroad. From there, they went up into Bucks County, where they waited, arrangements were made, and from there, Rachel and Isaac were secretly ushered into Canada, where they got message back to Mrs. Worthington that they lived there safely. A part of the reason that we did the production was to reach out to people and make a difference in their thinking about history, about slavery, about their ability to take action.